Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is a translation of Dars Hadith given by Imam Rashid Sahib. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Imam Sahib is saying that we are continuing the narration given by Hazrat Ka'b bin Malik Rizanhu about an incident that occurred with him, and today is the 6th day in which we shall today conclude this tradition. So Hazrat Ka'b bin Malik, after explaining this incident, he said that in the verses of Surah Tawbah the same incident is indicated towards which occurred to him with him, and these verses say that Allah has certainly turned with mercy to the Prophet and to the emigrants and the helpers who followed him in the hour of distress. After the hearts of a party of them had well nigh swerved, he again turned to them with mercy. Surely he is to them compassionate, merciful, and he has turned with mercy to the three whose case was deferred until the earth became too straight for them with all its vastness, and their souls were also straightened for them, and they became convinced that there was no refuge from Allah save unto him himself. He said that this continues until verse 119, that Ka'b's incident is being mentioned. Hazrat Ka'b says that it was Allah's special grace and mercy that this incident happened with him, and this was the greatest blessing that happened to him after accepting Islam, that he was enabled to speak the truth. And he said that this was due to the sheer grace of Allah, that he did not speak falsehood in front of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and he offers his gratitude to Allah for giving him this opportunity. He said that if he had lied, he would have been destroyed along with those people who were destroyed because of their lies, which are again mentioned in the Holy Quran in the same chapter, where it says that they will make excuses to you when you return to them. Say, make no excuses, we will not believe you. And then Allah says that they will swear to you by Allah when you return to them that you leave them alone. So leave them alone. Surely they are an abomination, and their abode is hell, a fit recompense for that which they used to earn. They will swear to you that you may be pleased with them, but even if you be pleased with them, Allah will not be pleased with the rebellious people. Hazrat Ka'b bin Malik says that there were only 3 people who were given this punishment. The other people were all their excuses were all accepted, and they swore in the name of Allah before the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and they apologized and they were forgiven. But our matter was postponed by the Holy Prophet ﷺ until Allah made the decision in which for us there was blessing upon blessing. And he says that the translation of these verses is that on those 3 as well, Allah showed mercy who were left behind. He says that this does not mention our staying behind from the battle, but it means that our case was deferred to later on, and our case was different from those who made excuses and gave excuses about the reasons for their not going to the battle with the Holy Prophet ﷺ in the Battle of Tabuk. And then this tradition continues and says that the Holy Prophet ﷺ's usual manner was that he would usually begin a journey on a Thursday, and he used to like starting a journey on a Thursday. And whenever the Holy Prophet ﷺ would return from a journey, he would return into the town. He would enter the town at the time between sunrise and noon, so that this would be comforting for the people who are in his home, and they would get a chance to prepare for his arrival. And the blessed sunnah of the Holy Prophet ﷺ was that whenever he would return from a journey, he would enter the town into this in the morning, and then he would go straight to the mosque first and offer optional prayers there, and then he would stay seated in the mosque for a while and then return home. Imam Sahib is saying that after listening to this dars for 6 days, this narration that has been recorded by Hazrat Ka'b bin Malik, which is extremely faith-inspiring and heart-rendering. This gives us several lessons. And what are those lessons? Imam Sahib is saying that he wishes to remind us of some of them. The first is that if we hear an instruction from Allah or His Prophet or His Khalifa, then we should act upon it immediately. By not doing so, often one loses a chance to do something good, just as is been mentioned in this tradition. And the second lesson is that whenever you get a chance of doing a good deed, you should not postpone it. You should not waste time. Sometimes we think that this is a good deed, I will do it today or tomorrow, but postponing it sometimes results in a chance lost. And the third lesson is that if there is a trial, then one should seek forgiveness extensively, and one should pray to Allah for steadfastness, and one must always stay true. And then the fourth lesson to be drawn is that sometimes a person who is in difficulty, sometimes people out of sympathy or wrong sympathy, they give them wrong suggestions, and in such circumstances you should be extremely careful. One must stay firm upon the truth, and one must never seek the support of lies. And then another lesson we can draw from this is that sometimes those people who have been punished, they are also enticed by worldly attractions. Many things are said to them that if you do this, it will benefit you in this way, etc. This is actually a trial for them. At such a time, they should stay firm, and they should reject such things very strongly, just as we see the example of Hazrat Ka'b bin Malik, that when a messenger from a king came and invited him and promised him much honor and respect, when Hazrat Ka'b realized that this was certainly a trial for him, so he took the letter from the king and he threw it into a burning furnace, and he said that this is the response to his letter, go and tell him. Another lesson we can learn from this is that when there is an instruction given by religious leaders, then we should act upon it with full sincerity, and we should not think about if someone is our relative or not, and give that due consideration. And we should never lie and try to escape from something. And also another lesson is that we should always keep away from lying. In the Holy Quran says, وَاجْتَنِبُوا قَوْلَ الزُّورِ, that keep well away from lies. So the truth is that lies is the root of all sins, and it is the truth indeed which is the source of success for believers. May Allah enable us all to be granted the wealth of steadfastness, and may Allah enable us to be on the straight path until our last moment, and may Allah bless us always. And the lessons that we learn from these traditions that the Holy Prophet ﷺ has told us, the lessons that we learn from these, may Allah enable us to always keep them in mind. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa barik wa sallim, innaka hamidun majid.